In the heart of the podcast air, Steve or Jason showing flair. Fantasy tips they always share, for the elite who really care. Shout out to the guests who come along, strategies that make us strong, plotting moves that can't go wrong. In this community we belong. Elite FPL, the lights they glow. Through the ranks we start to flow. With every tip the game we know. Elite FPL, let's go. Elite FPL, let's go. We analyze, we create. Every game week we debate. From the captain to the late, moves that make us celebrate. Points and transfers we all crave. Following leads to the brave. In this league it's more than a game. Fantasy football's true aim. Fantasy football's true aim. Elite FPL, the lights they glow. Through the ranks we start to flow. With every tip the game we know. Elite FPL, let's go. Elite FPL, let's go, let's go. Elite FPL, let's go, let's go. We analyze, we create. Every game week we debate. From the captain to the late, moves that make us celebrate. Points and transfers we all crave. Following leads to the brave. In this league it's more than a game. Fantasy football's true aim. Elite FPL, the lights they glow. Through the ranks we start to flow. With every tip the game we know. Elite FPL, let's go. Elite FPL, let's go, let's go. Elite FPL, let's go, let's go. In the heart of the podcast air, Steve or Jason showing flair.
There we go. Good. Right, Steve-O, what's to say hello to people? We're just getting up on the air now. New song ain't bad. AI music's shit. It says 1-11-11. That's the score tonight, I'm sure, against West Ham. Andrew Ferguson, Podner Animations, Kevin Kelly, One Life Soccer TV, FPL Have a Beer in the House, Cinnamon, FPL Nightmares here too. Hello, mate. We got Fire Tog. Don't be bullied, One Life. One Life's in the chat. Another Hoops. Podner, how's it going, mate? Sorry for the bit delay, guys. Sorry for the delay. I was logging into FPL for the 50 millionth time. That's why I was late getting on. Lucas Dunn's in the chat. Odin's in the chat. Hello, Odin. Welcome to the Discord, mate. Welcome to everyone that's jumped into the Discord that's become a member on Patreon and on YouTube. If you're a member on YouTube, you also get in as well. All the features, all the fun. We've got John Harris. All right, John, that's good, mate. We've got Kevy. We've got Milan Milic. We've got Paulie in the chat too. We've got loads of people waiting. There were loads of people actually waiting for us to go live on time, Steve-O. Would you Adam and Eve it? We've got animations for Ami, RBSR5. So yeah, Discord is now live. We've relaunched Discord under this, basically under the new format, and the new format is going to be mainly a smaller pool of members that support us on Patreon and on YouTube. So with that said, we will be able to kind of interact with that group via the FPL drafts, and also maybe hopefully get some on Monday, because we're going to be doing a stream on Monday night, aren't we, Steve-O, discussing drafts. So this is your chance now. If you are wanting to post your draft in the Discord and get online and talk to us, come on air and talk to us on Monday night. Get your teams in the draft channel on Discord. Steve-O, how are you doing, man?
Well, when you called me earlier, I was literally planning, because me and Ray are taking this FPL season very, very seriously. And we're going to be using the website that he uses, planfpl.com. And I have to say, because I watch Trigger Lips' stuff a lot, and he uses another website, I think it's FPL Team or something like this. And they're both exactly the same. And I have to say, Jace, it really does take away the...
This is what I'll be using, mate. That's the app I'll be using.
It kind of takes away the panic and the stress, because what it does is it allows you to see the fixtures 4 games in advance on my screen. And it's something which I am genuinely amazed that the actual official game doesn't use, but they decide to mess up the website even more. So idiots like us get even more frustrated when using the website. A quick question for you though, regarding the Discord.
Yeah, do not use the Elite FPL Discord invite. It'll send you to a bad Discord server which you don't want to go to. You have to go to Elite-FPL, not Elite FPL, Elite-FPL, because the people that hacked the Discord are sending all the people that way. So don't go to Elite FPL, go to Elite-FPL. If you're not sure, then go to our Twitter and follow the link in our Twitter to the Discord, because there is another one that we don't want you going to. So yes,
if there are people watching this now, listening in on the replay, and they're wondering, Jace, I want to know how I can join your Discord, but I don't want to become a patron or become a YouTube member. Are you saying that they can't join?
If they want to join our Discord, they can chat in the public channel, but they won't be able to post pictures of their drafts. And we're limiting the community. Basically, it's going to be, if you want to have involvement in all the Discord leagues, be involved in online talks over drafts, come on the show and talk to us, then you need to become a member of the 99p member on YouTube, or the 99p member on Patreon. So is it 199 or 99, Steve-O?
Yeah, it's 99p.
99p member on Patreon, or the Elite member on Patreon. That's all we ask. So basically, we're going to cut through all of the bloat that we had last season with all like 3,300 members in Discord. Majority of them didn't even watch the channel, did they, Steve-O? They were like literally in there just to be part of the mini leagues and try and win trophies that they weren't even interested in being part of the streams or being part of the discussion. So this is the fair way of doing it. Just put it behind a 99p paywall. It's not going to break anyone's bank at the end of the day. I'm sure, majority of people will be able to afford 99p. If they don't want to do that, then they don't have to do that. And that's perfectly fine with us. If you want to jump in as a free, go in the public channel. You can still talk in the public chat. That's not a problem. And it's still myself and Steve-O will still be able to see your messages in there. But that is basically it. Yeah, we went from 3,300 Discord members to about 52 now. So
what I was going to say is, so do you want to just explain what we're going to be doing on Monday? Because obviously it's going to be quite an interesting day on Monday regarding the fact that we'd only be 2 weeks away from the start of the season.
It's mad, isn't it? How quickly the seasons kind of span around and everyone's like getting their like drafts put together. I mean, I've seen so many different drafts. I mean, the Hangouts. Shout out to the Hangouts group as well, because the Hangouts crew are really the heartbeat of the Discord, and they've really been like posting in the Hangouts chat different variations of their Game Week 1 drafts. I've personally been like looking at a few of these. I've seen what people have been posting online. I think, Steve-O, you kind of gave a glimpse of what your team was on that video as well. Were you moaning about the old players and transfers and stuff, having to go from one side of the site to the other side to add to watch list or to make a transfer? I mean, it seems like people are kind of going for a small section of 4.5 defenders, a few 6 million defenders, but you know, I see the same names popping up again. You know, the question is, Steve-O, are people going to be 100% getting in? Is there going to be anyone that's going to not have Mohamed Salah Game Week 1 that you think that's taking the game seriously in Game Week 1?
Yeah, I'm one of them.
Oh, you heard it here first, ladies and gentlemen. Steve-O is going with that Salah Game Week 1. If he doesn't, he's a fraud. If he does, he's a fraud, I should say. What do you guys reckon about that? I'm on the Discord with a smaller number of members. The Hangouts is where it's at, absolute animation. So we'll talk about that. As you can see here, we are in the Discord, and in the Discord, when you get into the Discord, you'll end up basically being applying to join the Discord. So you can see that we've got some applications here. These applications will be manually reviewed by myself, and when I go through them, I'll accept them. Majority of them I'll accept. There's not going to be any issues there because everyone's kind of joining through the community anyway. When you get into it, you basically read some rules on how to become proper like full members of the Discord, and that's just basically link your YouTube account to Discord via the connections tab, or going into Patreon and joining Discord through the connections tab within Patreon. It's very straightforward. There's some screenshots in there on how to do it. Read the rules, of course. Very straightforward. Be nice and all that jazz. Verify yourself as not a robot. So once you agree to the terms, once you agree to participate in the server, you just need to click the verify button there and give yourself the verified role as well. And that's all you need to do. And then that'll give you access to all these channels here. You'll have announcement channels. You'll have roles to get various roles that we're going to be giving out. We've got the public chat here. The public chat is open to everyone, so you can talk to it. If you've got limited access, you'll still have that public chat feature there. Supporter chat is for the people that are basically members, YouTube members, or Patreon paid members. General chat is where people will be talking about general stuff, people on holiday and stuff like that, as you just saw there. I hope you don't mind that one. We got some bots. We got the FIFA Ultimate Team bot in the Discord as well. We've got some drafts already being posted. So this is where the drafts are getting posted by the community members here to kind of go through. Feel free to join and post your drafts in there. But all I'll say, guys, 1 or 2 drafts maximum. Like if you're going to be swapping out your draft, make sure you delete your early one, because we don't want to be doing a stream on Monday night and kind of going back to it going, hang on, this is his 6th draft. Hangouts are here, guys.
And just to quickly add on that, we're not going to be on long on Monday evening. I've said to Jason, I've said it on Patreon, that we're wanting to keep these streams to about an hour and 15 minutes. And when we get people on, we only want to really be talking for like 5-10 minutes, because we'll be here all day discussing the 20 million options that are available. And the truth of the matter is that, as Jason explained, like 5 minutes ago now, is that most teams that I've even seen are looking quite similar. It's the same old thing in FPL, isn't it? The only thing I've noticed is people are panicking over this whole nonsense about the DEFCON stuff, Jace.
What?
Defender contributions.
Oh, right. They call it DEFCON. Okay, as in the state of alert that America is when there's a nuclear missile attack. Okay. Makes sense, I suppose. But yeah, this is the Discord, guys. To gain access to it, it's elite dash FPL on the invite. But if you're not sure, go to the Twitter, and our Twitter's got the link in it on our latest tweet. Like I said, the previous URL I'm looking to get back from YouTube, from Discord. got a ticket open with Discord. They've escalated it, and they should be getting the Vanity invite back for us. Once they do that, I do not know. It's just a question of time on that one. So yeah, guys. Also, there's a little bot on the Discord which I would like you to go check out as well. It's called Ask Stevo. I'm on it as well, but Stevo's way more funnier than I am. It's like all the worst of his personality bottled into one little box and thrown in there. But Stevo's like, can't be dealing with that shit. Can you, Stevo? Yeah. So yeah, you can tell what I've been doing the last 48 hours, resurrecting the Discord. Anyway, thank you so much for those people that have applied. I'll get you in momentarily. Just going to go through each and every single one of you. Steve, so have you determined what you're going to be doing for Game Week 1, or are you still open-minded?
Me and Ray have got a plan, and we spoke about it on a random phone call the other day, and available on Patreon. And to be completely frank, I'm adamant we're sticking with it. I genuinely am blocking out the noise. I explained it on Patreon. I think I said it on the stream the other day that I have zero interest in watching any FPL content at the moment, and that is the absolute truth. Ray even made the point that because of this, my mind isn't being skewed by others, and it is helping me massively. Like I said, reading this planfpl.com website, and it just gives you a vision, and I just have to literally just stay on that website, and I don't have to worry about going on to various other people's videos and streams to help me work things out and whatnot. And me and Ray are just confident that if we can just be strong with the way we're going about things this season, I think we're going to do pretty well. I generally mean that. I think we're going to do well. And every time, like, I'm looking at the team that we've got, I've already got a plan in my head of exactly how it's all going to go. Now, obviously, plans always, by game week 3, fail miserably. But the way me and Ray are structuring the team at the moment, it's on paper, looks really, really good. I'm genuinely really, really happy with it. And I'm hoping that, without wanting to repeat myself, that the plan goes as we're hoping it will do. It's reliant on certain teams to be performing at a level in which we'd expect them to. But as we all know, what always happens is that there's some teams that we expect to do well fail miserably, and there's some teams that you'd expect to do bad doing really, really well. So yeah, what are people saying in the chat, Jace? Any like thought processes, anything like that regarding? So any questions for you, basically?
Yeah, no worries. And welcome to Elite FPL. Let's go. Click us. Thank you so much for that, becoming a member there, my friend. So people are basically saying about Haaland. So here we go. Haaland captain first game, says Glenn Fossum in the chat. Haaland. Do you want to have a guess, Steve-O, in your opinion? Because of the price of obviously Salah and other assets this season, what do you think what is your prediction of the percentage ownership of Haaland game week 1? Do you think it's going to be 30%, 40%, 50%?
You can look on the site.
No, but for game week 1, for game week 1.
Game week 1. Well,
yeah, because obviously people are in drafts now. The final, is it going to be near enough what you reckon it'll be?
Right now, I'm looking at the popular picks right now in front of my face, and Salah has got 57% ownership, and Haaland isn't even in the top 3. It's Pedro, Isaac, and Bowen are the highest owned players in strike-wise at the moment. I think, looking at it here, oh yes, sorry, I forgot. This website takes 10 hours to friggin' upload.
Oh my god, I just loaded the website up,
like,
and it's
5th or 6th.
Haaland, right, is selected by 18.4%.
18%. 18% of the game, and yeah, he
like that to me is crazy, considering what he has done in previous seasons.
Well, considering Isaac is double his ownership. Beto is only 2% less than him.
And by the way, this is not my team. This is a pick, like a one pick team. So don't berate me, please. 18.4% owned Haaland. He only scored 22 goals. That was it. last season, got 3 assists. I still think that Man City, attacking wise, he's the only real option.
Yeah.
Um,
I'm still convinced that now Arsenal have got Gyökeres, it's now time.
There are only 2.2 million managers right now, says Pod. He makes a very good point. There is only 2.2 million managers. There's going to be a lot more.
We get that, but we can only work on what we've got at the moment. There's no point in talking about that.
Are you going to have Haaland in your team, Gameweek 1?
No comment.
Because I am.
Just all I will say is
I'm having Haaland in my team.
All I will say is on Patreon, John Harris made a very, very, very strong case that this season could be the season where you can go against Salah and Haaland, and I agree.
Against? Oh, no, not both. I think
Why?
For me, Liverpool are going to have options other than Salah to get points from an FPL point of view.
Yeah.
Man City, I don't think it's as clear cut. I think Pep Roulette is going to be a thing again. I think you're going to have frustrations there. I think Haaland is going to be that one consistent player. So I'm thinking focusing on Haaland as my stable premium asset, and then go for lesser value players around him and in midfield to bulk out my team value wise, as opposed to going too top heavy on. I mean, having Salah and Haaland in your team anyway is pretty much you're kind of sabotaging your team at that point. In my opinion, you have to go really cheap. Loads of no Salah drafts going around, says FPL have a beer. I mean, it'll be interesting to see how many people bottle it come game week 1.
Oh, Triggerlips makes this point all the time. He says once all the people look at FPL
what they do is they go on to Andy, they go on to these other streamers, and I love Andy to bits. I think he's a great guy, one of the OGs. But they go on to his thing, and Andy will admit it himself. He's got people that follow him and copy his moves and things like that. But as soon as a few streamers drop their final team and it does have Salah in, you can see people going to be like, "Oh no, I've got to have him in. It's like
it's the FPL review effect. Triggerlips has already done his research on this. All of them, they just use FPL review and they just copy it. That's all they do. All they do.
If that makes you happy with the game, then feel free to go ahead and copy others. But guaranteed to win your mini league or your money back. Kazali, where will Burnley finish now that Trafford, Brownell, and Egan run? Steve-O.
We were going to be relegated
going down. They're going. Yeah. Burnley's going down. They're going down. They're going down. They're going. Burnley's going down.
Okay.
Sorry.
So I already know that we're going to be relegated whether Trafford's there or not. But he would have given us a hell of a survival fight in that league when the likes of Wolves, Brentford, Sunderland, to name those 3, are going to be struggling like us. The only difference is Wolves and Brentford have got Premier League experience, and Trafford makes all the difference. It's just a simple fact. He's now gone. I have no idea if he becomes second choice, if he just sits in the background watching Ortega and Ederson. I don't have a clue. The news is that Ederson's wanting to stay at Man City. That's the latest that I saw on him. So there's going to be rotation all over with the keepers. It would be incredible if Man City loaned him back. They're not going to, but it would be incredible if they did. And we've got there's this German goalkeeper we bought in that apparently in the second Bundesliga 2 or whatever it's bloody called. He apparently was one of the best, or if not the best, goalkeeper in League 2 in the Bundesliga. So he seems to have been replaced with someone of high quality, but I think that I'd rather have him being the backup and Trafford still be on number 1.
Steve-O, we have a €5 super chat coming through here from Ricky Kiley, a super chatted us. As a United 2, Jace, I wouldn't sing too loud. We could follow Burnley down.
I very much doubt.
But we got Mbeumo and Cunha, mate. We ain't got a striker, but we got lots of midfield options. I do think that Burnley will struggle this season. However,
Put your neck on the line.
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah, real bold predictions right here. I'm coming against the grain. But here we go. I got a bit of inside information. Burnley might be going down. However, United, they're going to be probably struggling to get top 10. I would say United are probably going to finish realistically 11th or 12th. Is what I'm really, unless if we get a striker, like if we get a decent striker, then there's a chance that we can get above 10th. But I think right now with the team we've got, we haven't got a target man, someone that's prolific in front of goal. I would love like a Ibrahimovic right now. Like I know, like if it would be so good, but unfortunately we haven't got nothing. You might laugh at me, Steve-O, but I would even like Weghorst back. Like Weghorst was better than Højlund. Anyone want to argue with me on that one? Weghorst was better than Højlund. Honestly, it's like anyway. What's Steve-O's view on Trafford going City? I think he was really happy about it. Really, really happy about it. FBI running the FPL Super Bowl Predictions League this year, says Men in Black. Is Paulie running it? Who's running the Elite FPL Super Brew Predictions League this season, Steve-O?
I'm assuming Paulie. I don't have a clue. I don't.
Have to ask Paulie on that one.
I don't know. Just talk to me about Patreon and YouTube chat league.
He's one of our longest mods, and he's only just joined the Discord. Ahmad Diallo, 170 plus points this year if he stays fit, says FPL Nightmare. I mean, that would be a steal at 6.5 million. An absolute steal at 6.5. If we get Watkins, top 8, says Diego. I mean, if we get Ollie Watkins, there's a chance we could finish top 10, yes. What at PK7?
Terrible.
But again, trying to convince Villa to get rid of Watkins, if for a price that Man United are okay to play with, that's going to be an issue. Calvert-Lewin still out of job. Oh my God, don't laugh, man. Just don't make me laugh. It's Calvert-Lewin. If we were to get Calvert-Lewin, that nothing says desperation more than signing Calvert-Lewin right now. Salah hasn't been the same after he renewed his contract. Glenn, I think, unfortunately, as a non-Liverpool fan, we have to take heed that, Liverpool are in a very strong position right now. They spent a lot of money. They've got an incredibly strong team. I think Salah's going to have... he's not just going to be the creator of chances. He's going to be on the end of a lot of chances. And I think that Salah he's not going to drop off. I don't think he'll match the same season as what he got last season, but I think that he's not. I don't think he's 100% essential, but I think he's the closest player in the game to being 100% essential. Unfortunately, just purely because he plays for Liverpool and the form of last season, kind of taking it into this season. I think you are always going to be hiding behind the sofa when Liverpool are playing if you don't own Salah. Let's be honest.
Just to quickly talking of Liverpool, they get Isaac. I mean, I'm already predicting them winning the league anyway, but they get Isaac. What happens to Newcastle? Genuinely, they've missed out on Trafford. They could lose.
Same as the old Brentford saga, isn't it? Getting rid of players that they're not replaced. That it's hard to replace players like Isaac, in my opinion. And what have we got? 6 weeks of the transfer window left. 5.5 weeks of transfer. I know 6 weeks. It's going to be a lot of action stations if they do. They do move.
Apparently, they're looking at Visser as a replacement.
Again,
or looking to get Visser full stop.
Brentford, if Visser goes to Newcastle and Isaac leaves, I mean that's one thing. But Brentford, oh my God, they are going to be struggling.
According to the X community, Thiago's the next big thing. Honestly, can I just get this off my chest? Right, I do find the X community and their desperate need of farming traffic to their accounts is pretty grim. It's quite sad, to be honest with you. It's something in which I rarely go on X in the sense of looking at the news feed, but it's got to the point now where I don't even mute anymore. I just unfollow. I find it just tragic. to be honest with you, Jason. I'm sure you've got opinions on it, but whenever a player seems to score in the friendlies, it's this desperate spamming of, well, this player comes in at 6.0 million, put him on your watch list. And, oh my God, this player could potentially get this amount of points, but put him in your team. It's like, you're not even going to even look at him, and your followers are literally going to take it as bait and that, yeah, we're going to potentially put them in the squads. I just find it quite sad, Jace.
I mean, again, we're talking herd mentality. We're talking about people that will let others make their own decisions for them. I think those people have no right to complain and to kick off when their players don't do well because they've literally been a punt because they've heard a content creator say, "Oh, this is a great punt." Whenever me and Steve talk about players that are not proven in the Premier League, who are maybe very relatively low ownership in the Premier League, we would always say this is a punt, and this is something that you do if you are chasing more so than if you are leading, because if you're leading or you're doing well, your risk taking should naturally go down. And ultimately, game week 1, do you really want to be taking risks? Probably not.
This is the whole thing. Like, a lot of things that I see on X is about discussing whether or not to be bringing in these particular players that get these DEFCON points. And again, I reiterate, it's 2 extra points. People seem to be thinking these people are going to be getting 20 points. It's 2 additional points. Now, yes, arguably, some of the top players over a period of the season, it accumulates. I get that. But they're a premium for a reason. They're always going to be getting the big points. But talking of these, like the likes of Bournemouth defenders or Brentford or whatever, just teams that you're not really going to be looking at. And this desperation of, well, this particular player is going to get this. Yeah, against the teams you're never even going to play him against.
Yeah.
It's all this proper, it's just propaganda twaddle. People don't, for some reason in the FPL community, rather than actually talking about football and how it will affect in the world of FPL, they just talk about things that they're not even going to be actually doing themselves within their own teams. It's like, for instance, using Casado as the example. You're never going to play Casado versus Man City. You will always play Palmer against Man City. It's just a fact. It's just a simple fact. And these people that are panicking over, oh my God, this particular defensive midfielder does this. You won't buy them. You're still going to buy the same old players, the same attacking threat players. Yes, I'm sure there's a conversation around the difference between Tarkowski and Mikalenko. Valid. But there's no conversation between Casado and Palmer. Between Enzo and Palmer, maybe. But the Casado and Palmer or Casado and Enzo, there's no discussion there, Jace, whatsoever. And in fact, going on the FPL conversation, I'm assuming the answer is you haven't even really looked at FPL at all.
I haven't really looked at FPL at all. I'll be honest. I've still got the team on the screen on my picks that I had previously, which is the auto pick team that I went into FPL just to create my team. Now you'll get people commenting on the video going, "That's a shit team. He doesn't have a clue what he's on about. This is not my team. Okay, this is not even a draft that I've put together myself." But there is currently a poll running at the moment. The question is, are you tempted with a game week 1 wild card? As a wild card? Bench boost. Sorry, beg your pardon. I don't know why I said wild card because I was thinking about other things. Right now we've got 61% of people saying yes, 39% of people saying no. A total of only 36 people have voted, so feel free to go in and vote on that one, guys. So are you surprised that the majority so far are tempted with a game week 1 wild card bench boost?
It's the classic line of, oh, the only reason why people are doing this is because they've got that extra chip chase. They've got that extra, because if they use it in game week 1, they've still got a bench boost for game week 38, whatever. That's the thing with the fact they've given us double the chips, is that we've got that element of risk to choose when, during the first half of the season, we can play the triple captaincy on whomever when they're playing Burnley at home. You play Burnley at home, you triple captain whoever it is, whether it's Palmer, Saka, Haaland, Salah.
So it's Burnley going to be the cheat code then, is it?
Or Sunderland. I think off the top of my head, probably Sunderland. Probably Sunderland at home is the one to target. But from a bias point of view, for me, it's Burnley. Because I just think that, unfortunately, we're going to be really, really found out next year. I don't care how many defensive players Scott Parker is bringing in. We are going down next season. Nick, you name me. Apart from Wolves and Brentford, taking aside Leeds and Sunderland, who else is going to be in the relegation mix next season? And don't say Man United, because that ain't happening.
So apart from who? Sorry.
Realistically, who's going to be in the relegation fight next season, other than the teams I've already mentioned in Leeds, Sunderland, Wolves, and Brentford?
Oh, I was going to say
There's
Brentford. No one else. No. Well, not that I can think
no
of, anyway. Not that I can think of.
There's 5 teams, and yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how West Ham do next year, because they didn't do particularly great towards the end of last season. I think they could potentially be pulled in, but Graham Potter didn't exactly pull up trees, did he, last year? And anytime I watched West Ham, my God, it was morbid watching West Ham anytime I did get the opportunity. And the fact that Bowen is a striker, I mean, is Bowen now for you an individual who is now, because he's a forward, you're not going to be looking at? Because obviously he will get less points because he's not a midfielder. The clean sheets are gone and the additional point for a goal.
That's a good question. I think Bowen is definitely worth considering. I really do. I don't know. I think that people are going to overlook him now as a forward, but I think that he's proven, man. He's Premiership proven.
Yep.
You know, like, why would you overthink things if you've got the money for it and a slot up front? Then it's a great pick. So it really is.
Well, the question for you, Jace, to be honest with you, is now you've got Brian and Mbeumo. How is that going to improve Man United? Are you happy with the signing?
I mean, Brian and Mbeumo playing on the wing or playing in a cam position has proven that he can be creative and score goals. Unfortunately, with United, we haven't really been calling out for necessarily creative midfielders, like in terms of like the fact that we are very light up front and we've got youngsters coming through which are still yet to kind of prove themselves in the Premier League. I don't know. I think that getting Cunha and Mbeumo is an interesting one. I think it's strengthened the team, but I think the focus has been maybe misaligned. I think the striker should have been a priority for me. That's just my opinion. I'm worried that we're going to have lots of lots of passing in midfield, and we're not going to have a lot of cut through, like through balls to strikers. Like, that's my worry. My worry is that it's going to be relying on runs from midfield. We're going to rely solely on runs from midfield. Like, to
when do you, looking at Man United's fixtures, when do you see there's light at the end of the tunnel when the fixtures change for you? I mean, realistically, obviously Burnley at home, that's an excellent fixture, but then you've got Man City and Chelsea at home. Then it's Brentford away, which could be a decent fixture. Sunderland at home, good fixture. Then it's Liverpool away. And you got a bit of from game week, Game week 9. Brighton, Nottingham Forest, Tottenham, Everton, Crystal Palace, West Ham, Wolves. It's looking pretty bleak from a Man United perspective, Chase.
What's the bad news? Yeah, I mean, it's like, for me, Man United is going to be, like, the question was asked in the chat earlier on. I saw the question being asked. The question was to the effect of, how many Man United players are you going to have in your team, Jason, come game week 1? And like realistically, probably none. Like I said last stream that I thought Bruno Fernandes, and Steve-O pretty much laughed and called me a liar. I said that Bruno Fernandes is probably the one player that I would still probably have, and at 9 million, he offers it. Yeah, that's not a bad price. And Steve-O laughed and said,
just to interject, he is one of the very, 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 very few players from last season. If you added on the DEFCON points, he's one of the few players that really did benefit from it. I will say that, but still at 9 million, I think is a con job.
Well, yeah, that's certainly your opinion. But I do think that he offers the best value. The best value, even though he's 9 million. I know, ironically, I do think he offers the best value, and I don't know. I just don't think that really, if you're going to play it safe, you won't be bringing anyone really in from Man United. You just don't know.
I had a thought process at the start of the season that you could potentially go into every single week and just target Burnley, Sunderland, or Leeds if they've got them at home. And I'm telling you now, game week 3, where you lot are playing us at home, Fernandes screams captaincy in that particular, or Cunha, but because obviously Fernandes has been at your club for God knows how many years now, it screams Fernandes, a 24 point or something like that. It really does. And I think that potentially swapping in and out captains could be a if you've got a strong enough 11 each week, a solid enough 11, and you could each week just swap around the best captaincy per week. I know it may differentiate between strikers or whatever, but it could be an option, Jace. It really could, man. Because like you say, Fernandes, I mean, is it right in saying he's probably going to be dropping deeper this season?
Oh, without a doubt, he'll be dropping deeper. Paulie, thanks for the members, man. I appreciate that. Yeah, he will be dropping deeper. And he will likely be involved behind Mbeumo, Cunha, in the 3 there. I am interested to see how it plays out, whether there's going to be some rotation play between those 3, or whether it's going to purely be like Fernandes holding back, because I don't like seeing Fernandes held back, and I don't think he picks out the passes needed to kind of play that position. Does that make sense, Steve-O? I just don't think he gets the best out of him. I think we've all seen Fernandes playing deep. It just doesn't seem to work very well. It's going to be, like I said, and I'll say it again, it's a wait and see. Manchester United are a wait and see, unfortunately. You can't sort of judge. We've got the preseason game tonight at midnight. You've got some preseason games, but I don't think you can accurately judge what's going to happen with United start of the season. The fixtures aren't amazing for United anyway, but like I said, chances are I'm not going to own any United players going into game week 1. And I saw on the Discord earlier on, I can't remember who it was. Was it One Life or someone else said that they had 4 Man United players in their team? I was going to go back and find out who it was. But yeah,
because they've done the cheat thing. Yeah.
So it's like, for me, Bruno, Cunha, and Mbeumo, Diallo. Which is like that Lost Guy. That was it. Lost Guy had.
Me and Jason are going to do a special video on looking ahead to Man United season, Burnley season, and Arsenal with Ray. So there's a question there from Men in Black, which is quite interesting there. Which is, do you think he says that it's the most fair pricing he's seen in absolute years of the game? Do you agree with that, Jace? This is the fairest season in FPL regarding pricing?
I mean, good players cost a lot of money, and not so good players cost a bargain. So yeah, I would say by that logic, it is fair. Hottest bootlickers with the 99p, man. Thank you so much for your support, my friend. YouTube particularly like that. They get their 30% cut. But welcome to the YouTube membership, man, and get yourself that role in Discord, and get yourself we're going to be talking more about it, but obviously we've got the Patreon League. We've got other leagues as well in Discord that we're going to be firing up very shortly. We've got the drafts to get. If you're in Discord now, get yourself posting your draft by Monday. By Monday evening, we'll be posting. We'll be streaming, I should say, and talking to people regarding their drafts. But yeah, as you can see, like for me, price-wise, to answer your question, I think they couldn't have changed. They couldn't have done much more to the pricing, Steve-O, really. It's no one really was shocked about the pricing. Let's be honest. There's not been anything that's. I mean, Salah, yeah, he deserves to be that much from the season he had. I mean, Haaland had less of a good season, but he's still going to be the pinnacle, the main focal point for Man City up front. So yeah, justifies his price. I mean, Bruno Fernandes at 9 million. You could argue it could have been 8.5, but you don't expect United to be 17th again this season. So
I think it's more the defender pricing, the fact that the highest level is 6 million. I think that is a bit.
Well, that's because we've not got the old days of Trent and Robertson anymore. And you know,
is that what you generally put it down to?
I don't think I mean the days where Trent was like almost every week getting like an assist. Like I'm sure some clever person in the chat. Well, we can go back on the stats and look at the stats, but like there were some weeks where he just seemed to just get assists for fun, clean sheets. Like you can't have these players getting 15 points plus. You know, you can't have them priced at 6 million in the game. You know, it's just ridiculous. So I think the only reason we saw the prices of defenders going above 6 million was purely the freaks of nature that were Liverpool's defence a few seasons ago. Otherwise, you wouldn't have seen it, I don't think. I think, you know, kind of you're looking at like the days that obviously Trippier, didn't he get to 6.5? You know, didn't Digne at one point as well? Wasn't he like over 6 million?
He's maybe, I think 5.5 is probably the most expensive.
Was it the most? Even when he was like really getting good scores? I don't know. I can't remember. He might have like gone up during the season. But for me, I think the pricing, but I haven't really been going through the drafts, but I think the pricing this season is there or thereabouts what it needs to be. I don't think we need to kind of complain about the pricing. I like the teasers that have been thrown in, like the 8 millions. The 8 millions are kind of in midfield. They are kind of like I'm looking here now. We've got Mbeumo 8 million, Cunha 8 million, Diaz 8 million. We don't know what they're going to do. There's question marks over Diaz's future at Liverpool. You know where Mbeumo and Cunha are going to slot into United, and how well they're going to play. But 8 million, these price points are cheeky. Like they kind of lure you into bringing them into your team, and they're not going to break the bank in doing it, which is quite nice.
Well, a question for you, Jace. Of the highest team selected players on there, so team selected by percentage, how many of those players do you think you'll own by game week 1?
What are we talking about? All players?
Well, of the top team selected by percentage.
Well, Wan-Bissaka.
On screen.
Well, okay.
Let's start with the goalkeepers. Of the 4 goalkeepers, Kelleher, Raya, Sells, Pickford. Will you have one of those in your team come deadline? Dead air is not a good thing, Jace. We need to talk. So if Kelleher, Raya, Sells, and Pickford, would one of those be in your team? Yes or no?
Not 100%, no.
Right. So of the defenders, Wan-Bissaka, Frimpong, Ait-Nouri, Gabriel, Konza, Cucurella, Virgil van Dijk, Enya, Vardiol, Gueye, and Kirkez, how many of them will be in your starting 11 come game week 1? I can tell you now, I have 3.
I mean, Frimpong is 6 million. That's nice. I mean, yeah, I think the Ait-Nouri 6 million. I mean, I've always been a fan of Vardiol over. I think Vardiol for me would be over over 8 Nuri myself.
Why?
But
Why? Let's explore that. Why would you have Vardiol over 8 Nuri?
Vardiol's a beast, man. He's an FPL he not only can he do defensive work and get the additional points, like we said, or the maximum 2, but he can strike the ball outside the box for Man City, get goals, be involved in the box. He's more of a box player than 8 Nuri, who's more of a provider. Does that make sense? So, like, for me, I like Vardiol. I've seen him at Man City. He is a beast. I know that 8 Nuri did so well at Wolves, but I just don't know if the caliber of player is on par with Vardiol. Does that make sense? The caliber of player. Let's forget about the pricing because they're the same price. The caliber of player, Vardiol is better than 8 Nuri. Like, that's just from my observations. I'm sure people in the chat may have their opinions, but yes, out of the defenders, Wan-Bissaka, bargain at 4.5. He's the spider. He's going to get his wrapping his legs around players, get tackles, going to get bonus points, of course. Frimpong, exciting signing for Liverpool. Very attack minded. 6 million. 8 Nuri, yes, there's an argument for him. Depends on how Man City how they set up. He's more picked right now over Guardiola. The community is picking 8 Nuri over Guardiola, but I just think that player for player, I would choose Guardiola. Gabriel, I mean, let's be honest, him and Saliba are just machines for Arsenal, so I think that's a great pick. Konsa for Aston Villa, I mean, very, 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 what's the word I'm after? He's consistent. He's a consistent player, consistent defender. He does a good job. And that's what you want. I think this season you're looking for defenders that do a great job, consistent, getting tackles in, clearances, blocks. Yeah. But also at the same time, if you're going to get the cheeky individuals that go up to the other end of the pitch and get themselves in the box for corners as well, can get a header in, that's ideal. I think that kind of applies there. And certainly, out of these players, Gabriel, Konsa, Frimpong, Vardiol, Wan-Bissaka, you've got points in those players. Cucurella is another shout out, of course. Van Dijk for an attacking point of view and corners. Another one, of course. Van Dijk's a very big shout out because he is he is the one at the back that's the wall, isn't he? And I think that given that you'd expect Liverpool to get lots of set pieces and corners in games just generally because they'll be dominating.
And just to add, he's also one of the few players which would benefit from the DEFCON points.
Absolutely.
Because obviously throwing the thing when people mention the likes of Tarkowski, it's well done, you got 2 points, but you didn't get a clean sheet. Whereas Virgil van Dijk, clean sheet, 2 points, add on the bonus as well. Now you're talking, we're pushing up to the 10-pointer mark.
Yeah.
So people like him are going to be very, very big. Going on to the midfielders, Salah, Palmer, Wirtz, Kudos, Rodgers and Mbeumo, Saka, Marmoush. I've just seen that now. Marmoush probably the one that sticks out for me where I'm surprised that he's quite highly owned at 15%, nearly 16%.
Well, you say that, but Pep likes Marmoush. Last season, he did kind of second half of the season, he did stay quite consistent with playing Marmoush, didn't he? And he isn't afraid to play Marmoush with Haaland, in that attacking role. And obviously, as a midfielder, as opposed to a striker, you've got that open that slot available to you for City. I think that Marmoush is a very good pick. 8.5 million, very tempting. Is he nailed? No, he's not. But he is, you'd imagine he's up there in the rankings, isn't he, to be nailed? So
of these 8 then, up on the screen, how many of them will you be owning? Because I've got 4, potentially 5 of that group.
Saka, 100%. Marmoush is a tempting choice, I'll be honest. But if I go Haaland, am I going too heavy with Man City? That's the question. Wirtz, I don't know enough about Wirtz. Could be a trap.
DK7's very, very, very strong on him.
Could be a trap. But Wirtz, but it could be like one of these players that comes to the Premier League, just doesn't. I mean, I could be wrong. But again, 8.5, is it going to be breaking the bank to kind of punt on him? And I say punt on him because it's obviously new to the Premier League. Palmer at 10.5. I mean, Palmer, Wirtz, Saka, and Marmoush.
So of the forwards, João Pedro, I'm surprised he's so high at essentially 60%. Isaac, Bowen, Haaland, Solanke.
It's the price, isn't it? It's the price, 7.5 million for a quality player. I mean, he's a quality player.
Few players that could be a better choice that aren't a rotation risk.
Okay, question for you. But on a rotate, for the sake of 0.5 million, is Bowen a better option than João Pedro?
Yeah.
Because he's nailed on. He's always going to play 90 minutes, isn't he?
Yeah. But Pedro, for their fixtures, Chelsea's fixtures are absolutely absurd. Crystal Palace, well, I say absurd. Okay, they're good. Crystal Palace, West Ham, Fulham, Brentford, Man United, Brighton. Those opening 5 could be gold dust for Pedro, but would he start them? That's the thing. My assumption is he's probably going to start 80% of the games across the first 5, if not 100% of the games. But with the likes of Delap there, Nicholas Jackson when he's unbanned and whatnot, it could be an individual who sadly could be in the void until we kind of get an idea of how they're doing. And then by the time we get to game week 9, which is in October, Sunderland, Wolves and Tottenham and Burnley. So they've got Sunderland, Tottenham, Wolves and Burnley between game weeks 9 and 12. In fact, if you were to take away Arsenal, they then got Leeds away. So they've got 3 of the promoted clubs, 1 at home, 2 away, in that period between game weeks 9 up to 14.
Do you know what I'm thinking right now is that people are not going to be throwing out loads of money in like 6 million defenders.
Well, without mentioning his name again, but I will do. Triglips made an excellent video on the fact that with the likes of Van Dijk, Frimpong, Vardy, Cucurella, etc., these additional points, like I said, because there's more of high chance of them getting a clean sheet, these defenders could be getting these 10 pointers that you're talking about without attacking returns because of the block shots and everything. But it's going to cost you. Simply put, it's going to cost you. And then, of course, where are you going to put the money into midfield and the forwards for your teams? That's the thing, especially.
Well, yeah, this is the thing, right? I mean, we talk about like the value within the team comes from 4.5 defenders. Like to get the strength in your midfield and your attack. But it all depends. Like with me, I mean, to have Saka in your team at 10.5. Is he 10.5?
He is, yeah. And now
10,
he's got Gokares.
10, sorry, 10,
he's got Gokares as well now.
He's got Gokares. Is Gokares been added?
No, he hasn't officially signed yet.
What are we thinking? Gokares.
He'll be anywhere between 9 and 9.5, I think.
I think I'll go Marmoush.
I think if he came in at 10, then he's only 0.5 cheaper than Isaac. It's a bit like, hold on a minute here, but Isaac's proven within the Premier League. Gokares, he may be a fantastic striker for Sporting Lisbon, isn't it? But hold on a minute, he's only just signed for Arsenal. Come on, let's just be realistic here. He may even come in at Wirtz's price at 8.5. I think anywhere between 8.5 and 9.5 is a fair price for Gokares. We're going to be talking a lot on this on Monday. I think we've gone up to an hour now. I think we've done enough.
Yeah, I think we've done enough talking. Absolutely, and I mean, I want to
just quickly remind the audience.
Say again, sorry.
I was just going to say, just wrap up what we're going to be doing on Monday.
Yeah,
and
of
then
course.
We can, get out.
Yeah, sorry, you kind of disappeared then. Right, so myself and Steve are going to continue looking at our drafts. I haven't even made a draft yet. I just attempted it, and it's been like, the money situation is quite tight for what I was like kind of looking at doing. But certainly, the Discord is going to be the place where we are going to be focusing a lot of the season. We are going to be using it as a way to bring up drafts from our community like we did in previous seasons. But also we're going to be hopefully bringing back the call-ins as well on a basis which is sensible. So we're not going to be repeating the same things over and over again. But certainly what we will be doing is be looking to bring in people that are maybe looking to kind of go against the grain a little bit. Certainly get some advice on some punts that they're going to do to kind of move through the mini leagues. We've got some members here looking to join. We'll get you sorted out later on. Everyone that applied at the beginning of the stream has been accepted. So you just need to get your roles within the Discord. Guys, get yourselves into the drafts in the Discord. Post your drafts here. Got your bench boost teams there and things like that. We will look through those and we're going to select them on Monday. Steve-O will probably just do a list of these teams. Maybe I'll put some points down that I want to talk about yourself. I think we're going to see a lot of the same players, but it's going to be interesting how that kind of jigsaw puzzle of team selection kind of pans out, really. So that's the Discord. Get yourself in there. Discord.gg/elite-FPL. Paulie's got a Super Brew code on the screen there. If you want to join the Super Brew, the Elite FPL Super Brew, there you go. That's the code to join it. Steve-O, are you going to do Super Brew this year? I'm not sure.
Of course.
Yeah.
My predictions.
Yes. So what we'll say is Monday night we'll be back to review people's drafts. I probably will have my draft to kind of my first draft to go over. And maybe Steve-O, you want to do a draft that isn't yours or something, and just put one together.
That won't be happening.
Yeah, you will.
That will not be happening.
Yeah, you will. Right. On that note, it's been fun, guys. Thank you for tuning in, and we'll see you
go over
on
to
Monday
watch
night.
FPL have a beer. Have a beer with
FPL have a beer, and also watch Man United tonight at midnight. Yeah, great. I think I'll be asleep by half time. I think knowing the way that we've been playing.